Here on campus at Buckhorn High School with the man that needs no introduction, but I give it to him anyways, Mr. Caleb Holt. Caleb burst onto the scene last year, definitely in the final. You made waves before the Final Four, obviously. You've been making waves since you started playing basketball, but during that Final Four, I think your stock, your name, and everything went to another level. I know on our channel it definitely did. I made one post about you, and I think it reached 250,000 people in less than 2 days. It exploded. And then you went on to win not only the state championship, but also MVP of the tournament down there in Birmingham. And since that time, you went on to do some incredible things, even with the 16U Junior Nationals, USA winning the gold medal with that. We're going to talk about all that, but let's take it back to the grassroots. Where were you born and raised, and what was your childhood like?
I was born in Huntsville, Alabama, and my childhood was pretty good. I'm in a two-parent household, me and my dad and my mom, so they're still married. So I have a great support system, so they raised me the right way, being respectful and working hard. So.
How was that being growing up, having your mom and dad there? I know a lot of kids don't have that luxury in today's society, unfortunately, but you do, and obviously it had to be a foundation of what we know you as today.
Right. Oh, it's an advantage. A lot of my friends, they have either their mom or just their dad. So seeing how they live and how I live is kind of different, but you know, I don't play anybody down, so I pick them up also.
Let me ask you a question. Did your dad play sports and stuff?
Yeah, my dad played basketball. He played college at Auburn.
Okay, so he's obviously a big reason why you're basketball leaning.
Right.
What's that like having a guy that experienced, college athlete himself in your household to talk to, even at the dinner table, away from the dinner table? What's that been like?
Oh, it's been good. He gave me a lot of advice on stuff. He shows me stuff like at a higher level, like stuff that's gonna work and not gonna work. So it's really good. Just getting like insight from him playing at college.
One good thing is you can't slide nothing by him. He already knows. He done did it.
Right.
And your mom, obviously, the mother, even in the Bible, speaks about the mother's importance in the household. She's equally important in the household from the standpoint of nurturing and helping raise people. Talk about your relationship with your mom.
Me and my mom are real close. I love my mom a lot. She's my number one supporter, so just having her by my side keeps me going.
Now, who's tougher on you, mom or dad?
Probably dad.
Really? Sometimes we get the other answer on that.
Yeah, my dad for sure.
When did you start gravitating towards basketball? Was it when you was in the youth or coming up, or when was it?
Well, I've always been playing basketball. Like I always been into basketball since a young age. My grandma bought me my first goal, so I fell in love with it ever since then. But I started taking it seriously around 7th grade. I started getting in the gym like every day. Like starting to realize that I can do something with this. So just ever since 7th grade, I've been on my grind trying to make it to college and to the league.
How long has it been since you've been on varsity? When did you first?
I started in 8th grade.
8th grade. What was that like those early days there in varsity?
It was real fun. I started practicing varsity in my 7th grade year. So when we had our last coach, I used to come in and practice with the 2020 group, I think. So I think it was that group. So I just always been playing up. So when I play, well, now it's kind of easier now.
Yeah. Oh, now it's slowed down for you.
Yeah.
Was those early days? Was the game faster to you?
Yeah, it was a lot faster. Cause I used to, when I was younger, I didn't have really much of a skill set. I used to rely on my athleticism a lot. So yeah, now it slowed down a lot. Working on my skills, I still use my athleticism to my advantage, but other than that, I have ways to score now.
Now, Coach Harden's here now, your head coach. When did you first meet Coach Harden?
I met Coach Harden like the first day he took the job, I think, or maybe not the first day, one of the days. I had walked into the blue gym and I met him, so I had met him then.
What was those conversations like? I'm sure he'd heard about you, and I'm sure you probably heard about him and things he'd done throughout his career at Auburn and other places. What was that first conversation like?
The first conversation, I was just meeting him. It really wasn't a conversation. It was just like I met him, and then we had pickup playing, so
Gotcha.
you watch me play pickup, so that was that.
He probably seen something there, didn't he?
Yeah, probably.
Now, as your relationship's grown with him and
Mm-hmm.
he's took more of the game plan and put it on your shoulders, how's that been for you?
Oh, it's been good. It's good having a coach that trusted you to lead this group. They also have great players on his team, so he's trying. He wants me to be the leader, so according to this year, to be the leader this year.
That's beautiful. I actually spoke with a guy that had kind of coached against him and kind of helped mentor him his way up. Donnie Pruitt, he's from Etowah County, won several games, been to the Final Four several times, and he talked about his character growing up and how he always did things the right way. And spoke real highly of him, and he spoke real highly of you, Donnie, watching from afar. But one of the things Coach Pruitt said this morning, he said, one thing he's going to get coached hard, and he believes in that kid. I can tell by the way he coaches him that he trusts the kid, trusts the big thing in basketball now. Knowing that your coach trusts you at a young age, what's that feel like?
Oh, it feels good because it takes a lot of pressure on me going into the games. Like my coach trusts me, so I can do this. Get my teammate in the right position. Just trust me in stuff I see in the court.
Right.
While he's not in the court. So.
Now, you guys had some ups and downs last year, obviously, as a team.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, I sat there and watched you guys. You guys kind of started ascending at the point of the playoffs, and you kind of hit your stride.
Right.
Talk about that. Was there a time in the season where something clicked, or something was said in the locker room, or something that happened that made you guys click it in gear at the right time?
I think it started at the Huntsville City Classic. We lost the game. We knew we shouldn't have lost. It was that Spartan game. We just sat in the locker room, and we was just like, if we would have stayed, we got to turn this all around. So, and yeah, I think when we lost like 1 or 2 games, or maybe 1 or 2 games the whole 2023.
That's right.
So, yeah, it was just that.
I remember we were at that game that you guys actually lost. Me and one of my photographers there, and everybody was talking about LeBaron Fallon and you, and they were like, "Oh, these guys are different." When you get put into the same terms or mentioned with somebody like LeBaron Fallon, what does that mean to you?
It means good. It means a lot. LeBaron's a great player. Where's he going?
He's going to an academy somewhere.
Oh, elite. I'm in college.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, he was at Auburn, but I think he backed off.
Yeah. Just playing with not playing with it, but just being mentioned with a great player like LeBaron means a lot to me.
Yeah.
2 of us from Alabama, so I've been with our picks.
Now, when we caught up with you, we can't be everywhere at once right now. It's coming. We're really close.
Right.
Really, really close. It's coming. But when we caught up with you, it was in the Final Four. And you guys had 2 very tough opponents at the Final Four. What was the message in the locker room before you guys took the floor for the first time in that Final Four?
First time McGill touring, I think it was a practice before. McGill Toolin's coach said something to our coach, and that coach called us and motivated us. And it was like, can't lose this game.
Was it something negative about you guys? Or?
It was just, I forgot what it was. Maybe it was something.
Something that was kind of bulletin board material.
Yeah, our coach didn't like it, so he came back. Coach had a chip on his shoulder coming into that game, so we really wanted to win that game for him. And when we got down, I thought about that. I was like, yeah, we can't let our coach out, so we just got to keep going.
I remember you guys looked like you. I remember you guys getting down in that game, and I also remember you guys kind of storming back. Mm-hmm. And when you got that first victory, being a young guy as yourself, obviously the performance you had, how did you dial it back down to get focused up? Because you knew, this is a big piece of the puzzle, but it's not the piece of the puzzle.
Yeah. After that game we won, I really didn't. Well, social media, my phone was buzzing. I really don't pay attention to what people say or how I'm doing right now. I just stayed locked in with the guys. We came back down here for a day or 2. We practiced. We worked hard. Got a few workouts in, and I had a workout before the state game, and it was like 10 o'clock at night. So it was so I was just locked in for the state game.
Now, that state game, I don't think you could set a better scenario. You look across the court, you see I think without question, the most consistent, what we call blue blood. Somebody that's there, they're either there or they're in the conversation every single year. Mountain Brook, what Bucky McMillan's done there, and then what Ty's father's done there, and kept that bar moving forward with those guys. You couldn't script a better scenario or opponent for yourself than it's like Jordan when he had to take on the Pistons. He couldn't beat the Pistons. I mean, they swept him. He knew he wanted to go to that next level. He had to beat the Pistons. So he went and worked out in the offseason, got more physical because they were physical. When you look across, you see Mountain Brook and all this prestige and all these yellow highlighter shirts up the ground. What was your thoughts?
Well, before the game, we was in the locker room and we were just stretching and listening to music, and we heard them yelling, getting hype. So that just made us. It was like, oh yeah, we ready. We wasn't really yelling and all that because my team we never really like that. We just like calm, like go in, play this game, win, and get back on the bus and go back, have some fun when we get back home. But seeing a lot of the other shirts crossed, we was like, okay, we played Mountain Brook, we got tie, stop tie, breathe down, get out in transition, and we guard 3-point line. I think we'll be good, and that's what we did. So that was just fun, especially being Mountain Brook, a team that is known for going to state, winning state. They got a tie. He's committed to Creighton, so playing a high-level player for me, it was just motivation to show people like I can come on the same level.
Y'all did a good job on the other guys too, like Kyle and Julius and some of those other guys that are key role guys. I'm not really necessarily calling them role players. They'd be superstars on any team, but they play within a system there. Y'all did a good job of limiting some of those guys. Yeah. Yourself, they jumped out on you, and you guys came back. What was that message when they kind of got up and the crowd was roaring and all that? What were you guys talking about in the locker or in the huddles?
Well, it was for me personally, I've been in a lot of tougher situations. So in tough situations, I just stay calm. I don't panic. So when I stay calm, it helps me slow everything down. My team really didn't panic either. We don't never panic. We don't ever panic. So it's just like, okay, we know what we can do. We know what we got to do to get back in this game. So let's do that. And we do.
You did when that final horn sounded, and here you are, a freshman on the biggest stage possible in this state, at the BJCC on the main floor, winning the state championship versus a blue blood, and then you're named MVP. What was your thoughts at that point?
I was just happy. I wasn't really happy about it. I mean, it was cool winning MVP, but I was happy we won.
Yes.
So, all the side stuff was cool. I was happy my team won. So.
Your teammates had to obviously feel special when you win a championship. Every seat in this place, those guys have a piece of it. Someone may not even check in the floor, but they give you good looks at practice. Mm-hmm. Talk about that and how satisfying that was for a team.
Oh yeah, it was really satisfying. We got a few guys that don't play. Like one of my best friends named Josh. He was the freshman to come in, so he didn't play, but he made me better every practice. He pushed me. We work out every day. He's in Memphis playing for the college coach right now. So
that's awesome.
Right. So he pushes me. Jeremiah pushes me. Everybody. Ahmad, one of the best defenders that I've played against. So everybody just doing their part in practice.
That's awesome.
Yeah, every day we're working to get a state championship. So if you feel like this year was the year we did this, we can do it. Because 8th grade year, we had lost to Hazelwood. That left something in it. It was like, you can't lose that again.
Yeah. So
we just like, we got to come this year and go even harder.
Now, your life has had to have changed somewhat since that moment. Mm-hmm. Before the Final Four and when that horn sounded, how much has it changed from not necessarily what you do to your day to day? I think you look like a focused, dialed in young man, but from this outside, all this media, all these people, you probably got guys asking for your autograph at this point. Mm-hmm. How much has it changed?
Oh, it's changed a lot. People asking for autographs. My phone blows up a lot. Just stuff, but I let my dad handle a lot of that stuff.
Yeah.
So my goal is just to get better every day. So I let my dad handle all that stuff.
What a blessing to have a father like you do, who is we used to call them gatekeepers. I was a salesman. I did business sales where I had to go into these large corporations and do deals with a previous company I worked for, Centos. And we call them gatekeepers. They were the ones that kept all of what I do away because they got other important stuff to do like that. So your dad doing it, how big of a blessing is that?
That's a big blessing. It takes a lot of stress and pressure off me. It just allowed me to be a kid and play basketball.
Absolutely.
So it just takes a lot of pressure off me. It's real good having him.
That's a beautiful thing to have a father like that. Now, we pre-mentioned you got invited to play for the 16U Junior National team. You actually went out and won a gold medal. When you got that email or call or whatever,
Where was you at and what was your reaction to that?
My first game with USA, it was in October. So we had training camps. No. Was it training camp? Yeah. I think it was training camp. It was training camp in October. So they sent my dad an email, and I was here at the gym. My dad called me and was like, "Come home." So I went home. He was sat down at the table. He was like, "We got invited to USA," and that was a big goal for me.
Okay, yes. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, that was a big goal for me because when we were younger, me and my dad was like outside. He was like, "In a few years, you'll be in Colorado trying out for USA." So I really didn't believe it. I really didn't believe it. So I was just like, yeah. So I got older, and he called me, and they called me. It was very special. So in October, the first training camp, that was fun. Then I had the school ball season, and then in February, April or something. Well, whenever the Final Four was.
Gotcha.
March, my bad. Final Four, we went to Houston. Houston was like for the people to see who they invite to the actual practice or training camp. So they invited like 30 kids to they invited 30 kids to the tryout. The tryout was stressful for real. I was there for like 2.5, 3 weeks. They had cuts. I made the first cut. I was happy I made the first cut, but I was like, the job's not finished. So I went into the practices, working hard. Then they cut like 6 people, so they had to cut down to. It was really supposed to be only 2 cuts, but it was 3 cuts because it was so hard.
Gotcha.
So people was like not sleeping. Like it was like, oh man, what if I don't?
I bet they got some really good guys.
Yeah, they cut a lot of really good guys. Gilbert Arenas' son, Elijah.
Wow.
Monty Williams' son.
Wow.
Yeah, they cut a lot of guys, a lot of great guys for real. So it was like the final day before we went to Mexico. They cut 2 other guys, and we was just like, man, I hope we don't get cut.
Man,
So
I bet you were sweating bullets.
Yeah, so it was a big relief when I made the team. Phone going crazy. Mexico was fun. We was down there for like a week or 2.
What was that experience like?
Mexico was real fun. I think the hardest part was the training camp. The practices 2 days against the best players in the country. I think that was the hardest part. I think Mexico was like the cherry at the top.
Gotcha.
Because we were.
What part of Mexico were you
We were
guys?
in Merida.
Okay.
Yeah, we were in Merida. I think the training camp was the hardest.
Now, when you were down there and doing those 2 days, obviously I'm sure you got to do some relaxing, maybe go to the pool, eat some good food, things like that. But how strenuous was that when you made the team? And I'm talking about you're going up against the upper 1% of 1%,
Right.
basically in this country.
Right.
What was that like?
Oh, it was a lot of fun. Me and the guys were close on the court and off the court. Going against Cameron Boozer, Tyron Stokes, AJ, Darren Peterson, Cole Pete, all those guys.
Talking about some certified killers.
Yeah. All those guys makes me better every day.
Oh, absolutely.
Sure. Yeah, like on that team I didn't start, so
Gotcha.
it just made me a better person. Like coming off a different role because everywhere else, like that's my first time coming off the bench ever. So it made me a better person. USA, it made you like mentally stronger at the same time because you had to wake up at 6:30 and go to practice. And you had to be like 10 minutes early everywhere. So
10 minutes early.
yeah, so
That's real life skills you need to take over your day-to-day life.
yeah, just little stuff to make you a better person.
Who on that team really stuck out to you? Like, man, this dude is unbelievable.
I say JJ. He was a point guard. He's not ranked or anything. He barely has offers, but he stood out to me because first, I don't think nobody knew he was going to make the team, but he was like one of the person who like surprised you. Like he was like he didn't turn the ball over. He always made the right play.
Like a diamond in the rough.
Yeah, he's not super big or anything. He's just like one of those guys. Like,
He just plays the
yeah,
game.
he just plays the greatest work, plays the game right for sure.
Yeah, you get guys like that here and there. It's unbelievable. So, when you went to play and compete with that team, talk us through that. What was that like? When y'all got to play other
play. Oh yeah, it was real fun. Fans was crazy. We had fans everywhere. It was like celebrities out there.
Oh, I can imagine.
Yeah. The other teams, it was fun playing the other team. They were actually bad. Like
They had, I'm sure they had skilled guys. They
Yeah.
probably played the game a different way.
they played. The game was really different, more physical. other teams weren't too bad. We just was better, bro.
Yeah.
You know, maybe because we were bigger and stronger and stuff.
Probably.
Yeah.
You guys probably get a better look from a day-to-day standpoint
Yeah.
than some of these other countries do.
Yeah.
Now, when you arrived back, that was the summer as well, correct?
Mm-hmm.
What's life been like from there to now? To where
Oh,
you sit right now?
Oh, it's been a lot better. It's been a lot fun. It's, I got back, I landed, went to the movies that night, and I didn't take a holiday. I worked out and been working out ever since then. I had school ball, so went to Atlanta, came back for school ball and stuff.
All right, let's talk about Caleb Holt off the court a little bit. What do you do to relax? What is your go-to move to chill out?
Chill.
You play games?
I play video games sometimes.
Sometimes.
To chill, I probably chill in the house, have some of my friends come over, or I go to my sister's house, play with the dog.
Gotcha.
Chill. You just probably chill. Just
Hang out at the
hang
house.
out with my friends, yeah.
What's in your headphones before a game?
Ooh, headphones probably got Cheeky, Lil Baby,
Gotcha.
Drake, Juice WRLD. Let's see, who else? Follow.
Gotcha. What's your favorite food?
Favorite food? Salmon.
Really?
Salmon.
You're a cleaning guy.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
Salmon for sure.
No doubt.
Salmon, mashed potatoes, and then macaroni.
When you travel, are you more of a beach guy or a mountain guy?
I don't really like beaches, so probably not.
I'm the same way. I'm a mountain guy. Are you an Xbox or a PlayStation?
PS4 for sure.
iPhone or Android?
iPhone for sure.
No doubt.
Nah, yeah.
No compromise.
iPhone for sure.
Give us a guilty pleasure of yours. Something, you know what a guilty pleasure is? It's something you enjoy, but everybody be like, I didn't know that dude was into that. Well, it could be Pokemon or whatever.
Let's see. Something.
Or maybe it's a group you listen to. Everybody's like, what? You listen to them?
I listen to like calm music.
Like classical or something?
I like old school music.
Or old school
Like
R&B?
Keith Sweat.
Okay, yeah, old school R&B.
Keith Sweat.
That's before your time, man.
Yeah,
That's what your dad was listening to.
Yeah, Watts.
Good artist, though.
Yeah. I listened to those two back then. I listened to Tupac and Biggie.
Yeah, that's some old school guys.
Okay. Let's see something.
Maybe it's a TV show you watch.
Uh-huh.
Could be anything that people will be like, what? I don't know that dude was in that.
Yeah. I think the music part.
The music part?
But something my friends started back doing is getting pedicures on my feet.
Actually, that's actually helped.
Yeah.
People found out over the years.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead.
Food. A combination is crazy stuff. You got like the baked Cheetos, right?
Okay.
You put the hot sauce in them and you let that sit and like let that
In the bag.
Yeah. Like baked Cheetos.
Okay.
The hot sauce sit for like a minute or two, you eat them.
So you making them even hotter.
Yeah.
That sounds.
It's good though.
It sounds like it's gonna light you up though. I had a question. Oh yeah. So, what is your favorite sport outside of basketball? Maybe not to play. Maybe just to watch. What is it?
Football, for sure.
Football.
Yeah, I like to watch football. I wouldn't play it though.
Favorite sports team?
Sports team? See the Warriors.
The Warriors. That's. And I was on. You watch baseball at all?
Oh, no, not really.
But you agree they got the best hats.
Yeah.
I
used to wear the hats.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I used to.
Man, I wear them everywhere.
My uncle was a big Braves fan.
Well, they had them winning, and then the All-Star break came. They've been losing like crazy now.
Yeah.
If you had your pick to play for any coach on a college level all time, who would it be?
Ooh. Any coach? Ooh. I don't really know.
Nobody's jumping off the page, do you?
Not right now. I don't really know older coaches. I know coaches now, so I can't really say that. I don't really know.
Most people say Coach K usually, but
Yeah.
there's somebody not guy.
I didn't really watch Coach K. I
Yeah.
watched his team, but I really didn't pay attention to him.
Yeah, I got you.
Nah, Roy Williams.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He was a Kansas forever, and then went to Carolina.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll say Roy Williams.
Coach Williams was a legend. He was a really good coach. Now, diving back into what you got to do now, getting away from what you do off the court. What is your main focus between now and when the the season starts this
Just getting 1% better every day. Just getting 1% better every day. During school, first day of school, wake up at 5:30, so I'm gonna start waking up at 5:30 every day again. That's during school. Just getting 1% better every day for sure.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
How do you do that? How do you separate yourself from a guy who may be your level skill wise,
Mhm.
but you're going to ultimately win? How do you separate yourself?
I say it's being disciplined, like going to sleep at night around 9 o'clock, 9:30, eating good, making sure you're doing the right stuff, taking care of your body. Just getting sleep for real. Because if you get sleep, you'll be able to wake up better.
What's your ultimate goal with the game of basketball? Some people's to play college, some people's to play NBA, some people's to coach it. What's yours?
Mine's is to be a Hall of Famer in the NBA, with championships. Right now it's to get in the league and stay in the league. But if I get in the league and stay in there, then I have a goal to be a Hall of Famer and be the best
That's right.
in the league. So.
Who is an NBA guy? Could be playing now, could be a former player that you really model your game after, or somebody you think that dude can do what I want to do.
I like to say Dwayne Wade.
Yeah.
I like Dwayne Wade's game, so I watch Dwayne Wade a lot, trying to model him.
Early in his career, he was pretty raw. Yeah, ain't no doubt. Before we close this down, what would you like to say to obviously your mom and dad, family that supports you, the fans here at Buckhorn, your coaches, and everybody who supported you during this journey?
I just like to say thanks to my family, my friends, who read out for me when they don't want to. Sean, Eden. Just thanks to all y'all supporting me through my journey, helping me be the best I can for sure. So just appreciate y'all for that.
Caleb, I appreciate you. Good luck, my man. We'll be keeping up with you, and we'll be seeing you down the road, my man.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We're out.